Bonjour, aujourd'hui nous allons parler des prépositions, prepositions. Now just a little word of warning. Prepositions are small little words, but they are very tricky and it's very difficult to know which word, that little word to use instead of another. Okay, because they both exist in French and English, but there is no really one-to-one correlation between the two languages. And so basically, I'm afraid it's going to be a long and arduous work for you. It will come with experience, with exposure. So the more you read, the better you will understand how prepositions work. I strongly encourage you during this video to maybe pause and take some notes because there's no logical explanation. There's a lot of just, you have to learn it, okay? So good luck with that. Okay, let's move on. So, I've got a few sentences here, and I'd like you to maybe pause for a second, maybe to think about what are prepositions. Can you spot them in the examples that you have here? Okay, so if you have paused, you can pause if you want, or I'm going to show you now, okay? So we've got, j'arriverai à 10 heures, at, okay? Je vais à Paris, I'm going to Paris. Je vais au lycée. I go to school. Je viens de Paris. Sorry, à pied. So as you can see, à, okay, that preposition à becomes à le when it's a masculine word, and à le doesn't exist, so it becomes au. À les doesn't exist, so it becomes au. Je viens de Paris, comme from Paris. Je serai disponible de 8h à 9h, from to. And then here again, so masculine and plural cause us a little problem. De le becomes du, and de les becomes des. Okay? C'est un livre de Victor Hugo. It's a book by Victor Hugo. Okay? Moving on to en février, je pars souvent au ski. Okay? En 2008, il y a eu une crise économique grave. J'aime me déplacer en train, by train. So it can be by or in. En France, in France, il y a des élections présidentielles tous les ans. Dans une heure, je serai arrivé. Within the hour, I will have arrived. Okay? Dans ce livre, in this book, so we have to be careful with en and dans. Ce livre, on trouve beaucoup d'informations sur l'écologie. Je vais chez Mathieu. That's a very French expression, a preposition. In English, you would say, I go to Matthew's house. Okay? So when you want to say in the house of someone, you say chez. Don't pronounce it chaise. Nous avons accepté son offre avec enthousiasme, with enthusiasm. Il a fait ce stage pour mieux connaître la vie en entreprise, pour, in order to. C'est un cadeau pour mon père, en entreprise, in a company. C'est un cadeau pour mon père, for my father. Sans ce diplôme, without. Je suis contre cette idée, I am against this idea, et il s'appuie contre le mur. He's leaning against the wall. So you can see that there's a lot of metaphors as well in the use of these prepositions. So I hope you have a kind of overall idea of what prepositions look like. They are very little words, but they are very useful and they are essential when you speak French. So be patient with yourself, give yourself time. You will learn the most important ones. So I just want to give you another chance to maybe pause the video again. To have a look at this kind of summary, a table summary that I took from a website that I've got referenced there if you want to visit it. It's very useful and it gives you some more explanation. So if you want to pause now, please feel free to do that. Okay, now there are prepositions plus infinitive forms, which are really important. Okay, so for instance, you've got avant de partir, il a mangé un sandwich. Before going, he ate a sandwich. Okay, so that before plus ing in English would be translated by avant de plus an infinitive in French. Pour réussir, il faut réviser régulièrement. Okay, so in order to, the pour in that case is translated in order to plus an infinitive in English. Tu devrais lire au lieu de jouer à des jeux vidéo. You should read instead of playing video game. So you would say instead of plus infinitive or plus ing, either. Après avoir terminé ses devoirs, il ira au cinéma. Après s'être réveillé, il a pris son petit déjeuner. They're both after. Okay, so you can see that this is when the verb, this verb terminer is actually conjugated with avoir in the perfect tense. So we will use avoir in the infinitive form après avoir terminé. Se réveiller is a reflexive verb and is therefore used with être in the perfect tense. So we would use it in the past infinitive form of après s'être réveillé. Okay? Be careful though. En mangeant des fruits, tu resteras en forme. By eating fruit, you will keep in shape. Il est parti en riant. He left laughing. That would just be ing in English. We wouldn't have by or any other prepositions here. So make sure that these are really good and strong structures that will make you earn kudos in your writing and your speaking. Try to vary your sentence starters by using these. Okay, now this is quite big and it's a bit daunting, but there are some verbs that are not followed by any preposition, but are followed by infinitives only. Okay, you don't have to learn them all. You could choose maybe one or two per row, so that you can start, building your bank of knowledge on that topic. So verbs of movement, a lot of verbs of movement are followed by an infinitive without any preposition. Okay, so there are more of them, but these are the most common ones that I thought of that you might want to use. So if you want to say je vais partir, you know that one. That's a future sense. Okay. Courir, to run, is je cours faire les magasins. I run to go shopping. Venir, to come, et je viens prendre mon courrier. I'm coming to pick up my mail. D'accord. So these are very common ones that are used, and there are verbs of movement. Okay. Now, these verbs of opinions and preferences, you have been using them for years now in French. So, just a little reminder, aimer, savoir, croire, détester, oser, penser, préférer, all of those are followed by an infinitive, okay? J'aime manger, je déteste manger, je préfère sortir. You know that, but you haven't learnt it formally like this. And then you've got verbs of will or necessity. A lot of them are modal verbs and they are very common as well. Okay, désirer, to wish for. Vouloir, to want something. Devoir, to have to do something. Espérer, to hope. And its expression is very good. It's il vaut mieux, it is better to. Il vaut mieux voyager, it is better to travel. Il faut is also a very French structure. One must, okay? It is necessary to. So you have to use that followed by an infinitive without the use of a preposition. Again, if you want to pause and take some notes, I strongly advise you to do that now. Okay, a and de, what is the difference? A and de are probably the most common prepositions in French, okay? So if you look at these examples I've set for you, if you look at the first one, c'est facile à faire, c'est facile de faire un gâteau. Okay, first one. Cette expo est intéressante à voir. Il est intéressant de voir cette expo car elle explique bien l'évolution des mouvements, sorry, I forgot a V, écologistes. Okay, so you can see that a is followed only by an infinitive verb, no complement. However, de is going to be followed by an infinitive plus a complement, so a noun, a group of words, or another preposition. Okay, so in both cases, a is very simple, a plus infinitive, and then for more complex sentences with de, using infinitive plus a complement. Okay, so I hope you found this video useful. I'm sorry, there's no trick of the trade. It's rote learning. So give yourself a break and just learn very slowly. Choose what you think is going to be most useful to you and start learning like this. Read, read, read. That's also going to help. I will attach some activities that you can do online which are self-assessed. Okay, merci. Au revoir.